Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, everyone. My name is Jefferson Howe. I'm a team lead sales engineer for Okta. And first and foremost, Happy New Year. Welcome to 2021. 2020 is over. And welcome back to my Tech Monday or Tech Sharing Tuesday sessions, where I get to share new technologies that I have tried upon and I see relevant in your organization, or it could be your future project. And given the year has already been lapsed to 2021, hopefully this is a bright future or bright new year wherein everyone gets past of COVID and we're back to our daily lives, wherein we get to travel, see our friends, families face to face without any problems. And this is also the year of the unified customer experience. When I mean unified customer experience, this is the year when your digital transformation projects have taken off, and everyone is trying to become digital, being able to deliver everything or their web presence into digital format, right? This could be the boom of e-commerce websites or the uh, food ordering websites. Or in back then in last year, everyone had to order food, do takeaways or takeouts, and have to eat it at home, whether it's via pickup or delivery. This is where Uber Eats, Menu Log, DoorDash have taken flight or dominated the market, right? So this is the year wherein everything's digital, and you want to make sure that every transaction from start to beginning is unified and tracked, whether it's just going to a website, visiting some content, playing some videos, or it could be registering and also doing that all over again. And the theme of this topic is purely on leveraging CIAM platforms and CDP platforms to deliver connected, consistent, and relevant digital experience to your customers or to your consumers, right? And you're able to provide meaningful experiences, whether they started off from a mobile device, dropped off, then went back to their laptops or desktops, then all over again, and you're able to give them that consistent experience across the different stages or cycles or journey that they go through into your web channel. So for people who have again wants to follow me, you can follow me on that link, or my URL or my LinkedIn URL, which is linkedin.com/in/Jeff Howard the Architect. Yep. So let's go now to the topic. So a good meme before I start again is welcome 2021, goodbye 2020. Good meme for the last year, we're in who led the digital transformation of your company, and most people were saying it's COVID-19. But to be fair and honest, companies which I've talked with and have seen have already have started their digital transformation journey even pre-COVID time, when they were actually trying to build platforms that will take them to the next level. Apparently, COVID was just one of the accelerators that promoted that change, but overall, most companies are already looking at digital means of working or communicating with their consumers or customers. And the good thing with digital transformation is that there's a lot of tools or kits already available, whether it's uh, using platforms like Twilio for your uh, for your SMS reach out or SMS channel, intercom, or for bots, it could be using e-commerce capability platforms like Shopify or BigCommerce. You could also be using Okta as your CIAM platform, CDP platforms, and so forth. So there's a lot of platforms already in place. It's just more of like trying to leverage those. And we can also look at more advanced use cases where we look at AI, ML, and even the advanced data warehouse concepts wherein it's powered by Snowflake or Amazon or Google or Azure. So just a meme, but let's go straight to the actual topic that I'm gonna do for this Tech Sharing Mondays or Tuesday session. So I got this infographic and information from one of the key websites, which I'm looking at for CDP, which is mparticle.com. So the link can be found here in below. But this blog explains very well the connected era. The connected era is the era where we live in right now, where it contains Data Platform 3.0. And in this Data Platform 3.0, it revolves around key questions like who is the user or consumer, when did the consumer actually visited your website, what did they actually browse through, what transactions or what behaviors they actually did in your website, and how, what device, what was the medium, whether it's a iPad, a mobile channel, smartphones, or it could be a plain desktop or a desktop. In Data Platform 3.0, it actually take that infographic in the blog explains very clearly as well the stages or the differences between the offline era, which is dating back 2008 below, to the web era between 2008 2013, and the connected era where we live in. So in the offline era, what it's just saying is that uh, back then the quantity of data which is available is actually mm, not scarce. It will be more of like limited, because you're relying on data marketing agencies to provide you that marketing database, which you can see here. And the complexity of the data model also increases over time, because back then in the marketing database you'll actually just have key information, whether it could be uh, containing PII data, non-PII data, demographics, wherein it's actually mapped to a certain identity or certain persona that you're working, that your company is working with. It's low volume because, again, it goes back to the databases that each digital agency was offering. And the challenge here is that you have to sort through, filter those data, and from there decide which one is relevant, such that you can now start your marketing campaign. As you can see in the offline era, everything's offline, meaning not connected. So once you get that data, filter, sort, pummel, powered, put that data inside your marketing campaign platform, where you do most likely postal or traditional marketing campaigns. Then from there, in order to analyze that data, that actual output, you have to manually correlate or map it back again, because back then there's no way to link that this was the same person that got your marketing campaign, unless that person actually say that I got this promotional because from this campaign which you send me to mail or through phone. And the funny thing, not funny thing, is that the challenge also back then was like technology. Technology back then didn't have the keep right tools. Like in 2008, I don't think there's 3G yet. Most likely we're still using 2G. Smartphones were starting to be introduced, but I understand it's predominantly owned by Nokia back then, where everything's like your handheld phone. So you're limited also what the device can do, right? So that's why your marketing campaigns is limited to the platforms that are in play. Then look at the web era, which is like the current, the mid era, where now smartphones were introduced, better connectivity. There's 3G. During this time, we're now able to transmit or send out more data and receive more data. And this is where now new platforms like data management platforms are introduced in this era. Data management platforms could be simple as just a SQL database or your BI data warehouse, crunching all the data, wherein everything is being managed there, and basically being that's the part where you're using that data store to be your 360 view, or at least a trusted source of your marketing campaigns. The challenge with data management platforms is everything is anonymous, because again, depending where that information came from, the information could be coming from a source wherein everything's anonymous versus a source that can distinguish who the user is. If user is required to log in or to register for an account. And the challenge there is that the privacy and governance is poor, because it's coming from different sources. It's hard to manage and filter that data and apply that governance capability. And the challenge here as well in this data management platform section is that everything is batch driven, meaning that you only are able to process that on a time when you have collected all the data, then you put it down to your data warehouse using ETL tools as well, such that you can sort, filter the data properly. Hence, the web era was somehow still like an interconnected but not purely connected era. Then now we're at the year 2021, where it's what we call the golden age, which is the connected era. This is where customer data platforms are now available. The customer data platforms are designed around identity. It's an identity-centric solution wherein they understand that in order to harness diamonds or gold in this data, you need to know who the user is, correlate everything from the same user who did this transaction 2 days ago versus 3 days afterwards. It's built by privacy, given that we're looking at GDPR requirements or regulations. Hence, we need to make sure that what we're collecting is allowable or allowable and provided consent by the actual end user, which is us. The key differentiator between the web era and connected era is given technology is able to provide faster means of transmitting data and stronger means of processing data because our smartphones are like PC devices right now. There's a way, or there's a capability called real-time event streaming, where we're now able to stream data very in real-time manner, right? And this is allowing us to provide real-time offers as in any single or any point in time. And it's also looking at real-time APIs, server-to-server based in architecture, and full lifecycle activation integrations as part of the process. So a good example on the connected era, which I can relate, which I did recently, is I actually was browsing for a new car insurance for my car. Given my old insurance provider or my old insurance is already asking me to renew, they send me the the renewal offer. The price was a bit high, hence I want to cut some costs from a cost saving perspective. So I had to research, do my own um, uh, activities on the websites, wherein I go to comparators or even actual directly to a vendor. So I went to this new insurance vendor, provided my old insurance information and my car details. Then from there, I got a good offer wherein that offer was slashing $500 off from my old insurance provider, which is a good savings already. But I didn't decided to proceed to buy because I felt like I needed more time. So what happened? Slept through the night. Then the next day, I got an email saying that, we saw you created a code. If you actually proceed buying the code in the next 2 days or in buying insurance, we'll give you a $60 gift card. So that's already like part of the connected era benefits, right? Wherein with that simple point and click transaction, which I did maybe roughly around 15 to 20 minutes and on my own research, the insurance platform or that new insurance provider was able to send me out a promotional offer, which I believe is something I can't resist anymore or irresistible. Hence, I had to go with them. So eventually, guess what? I bought that new insurance with them. Just dated it back a later date, such that the charging, because my insurance will still expire next month. So, but the good thing is I got a $60 voucher as part of the process, which is like a good return or reward for me for doing my research and also being able for that second part, so that new insurance provider to give me an aha or a gotcha moment saying that, oops, this is how we will be able to provide you a promotional offer because you went to the website. And this is something enticing already. And this is the output of the connected era. So with the connected era, it introduces customer data platforms. But let's try to understand what's a customer or consumer data platform. So consumer, I think I got the title heading wrong because it should be customer data platform. So let me change this as well on the fly just to make this more proper and correct. So a customer data platform. I got this definition, by the way, from a website called cdpinstitute.org, wherein they provide a good website explaining what CDP is all about. So what they explain is that a CDP is a platform, is a package software that creates persistent, unified customer database that is accessible to other systems. This is a good definition. Why? Because they break it down into what the software is, which is a package software. Then the outputs: persistent, unified customer database, and accessible to other systems. So let's go first with package software. So package software here, as they define, is pre-built system that's configured to meet the needs of each client. Some technical resources will be required to set up and maintain the CDP, but does not require level of technical skill of a typical data warehouse project. So the good thing with CDP platforms is that it should be intuitive and it should not require great depth of technical knowledge. When I mean depth of technical knowledge, I'm talking about like programming knowledge, wherein you need a developer, you need to understand the SDKs, the APIs. So the good thing with CDP platforms is that they're not trying, they're able to provide uh, an intuitive marketing grade platform, because most likely the customer data platform will be used primarily by your marketing team. A marketing team or the digital marketing users right now are very tech savvy. They know how to use new technologies, and they're actually one of the key users or personas that will use the CDP. And this marketing users are able to leverage the CDP platform in an intuitive manner, wherein with simple business rules, correlation rules, or mapping, it could be expression languages. They're able to map out, correlate data, wherein they're now able to connect the dots, wherein Jeff was the same customer who visited the website and also visited the promotional offer triggered by an email campaign as part of the process. So the output is that it will reduce the time, cost, and risks that gives business users more control over the system. Hence, it providing you faster time to market and would accelerate your business from X to Z. The outputs of this package software is create persistent unified customer database. So what it's trying to do, given it's collecting all the events, funneling all the events, it's able to provide that comprehensive view of each customer by capturing data from multiple systems, behaviors, linking information, and lastly, having merging those information or correlating the data to store that to a target repository, which could be your data warehouse, could be your SQL system, or it could be some landing spot that allows you to merge all the correlated information. And the good thing with this unified customer database, this is like what a CIAM platform can also be used upon, wherein you can use the CIAM platform as a customer unified customer database, wherein the CDP platform could actually be enriching the customer's profile inside the CIAM platform, such that every time uh, other systems connect to the CIAM platform, whether it's for authentication, authorization use cases, they're able to capture real-time uh, preferences or profiles of the user. And lastly, the CDP is accessible to other systems. It's merely more looking at open integration, where it should be able to integrate with other systems without any problems. So that's a CDP is. So what's identity's role in CDP? And I got this information and image from blog.hubspot.com. So credits to them as well. And I got this information from them. They provided a good definition. What's the role of identity in a CDP? So if this image came from them, as you can see in the olden times, sorry, not golden times, olden times, uh, when marketing receives that funnel of data, they have to filter, sort it out. Then after that's done, give it to sales. Sales still have to sort something out, like have to apply their own filtering, such that from there, this is where a gold mine comes in, right? And this is actual customer now. The problem there is that, again, it's an afterthought, meaning that it comes after or post. So in the new world, what it's saying is that the customers are the center. It's now like a flywheel. So a good example is, let's say, if you have been to Best Buys or Bunnings warehouse in Australia, inside the actual shop or warehouse, a sales guy, you might be looking around, wherein you could be doing your own sales navigation, or someone or a person, a representative sales rep would come in, talk to you saying, sir or ma'am, what do you want? So it's like now looking at your needs. The good thing here is that if you actually bought something from the warehouse or from the website, it will ask you later on, are you a member with us? Do you want to sign up? Because if you want to sign up, we'll give you promotional offers, marketing offers. So what will happen there is that this is already like a flywheel effect, wherein once you sign up, after the sale has been conducted, they can provide you some sort of service. A type of service could be maybe they would reach out to you every 30 days just to check how you're doing with the new product you bought. Then you can provide a survey, and part of the rewards of the survey, you get a $10 voucher, right? So as you can see, it's like a flywheel effect now, wherein from sales to service, then you can do marketing, and it never stops, like upsell, cross sell. And this is where most of the offers are revolving around the customer, and this is just now how the new world is, wherein customer is always right still, and it's also allowing you to take advantage of what's happening around the customer and use that such that the customer becomes more enticed to your service. So in this blog, it was saying that identity data builds the foundation of each customer profile in CDP. The type of data, this type of data allows businesses to uniquely identify each customers and prevent costly replications. So this is the golden rule, right? So you don't want to deduplicate or have duplicate data, because the problem with duplicate data is that there's a lot of processes required and involved just to deduplicate them. And the problem there is, like, even if you have the exact data matching, sometimes if something, at least one field or one data set gets different, you might be looking at a different person or persona already. So that's the reason why with CDP you're able to reduce this this problem. And what it's saying is that such identity data that's being captured are, but not limited to, our name. So this is like PAI, first name, last name. As long as there's consent given, then you should be able to capture those PAI. Demographic information like age, gender, which will be used later on for marketing purposes. Location information, trying to understand based where you at. Maybe there's a certain offer or something available within your region, or could be if the service is not available in your region, that's actually now using that as well to say that, sorry, we don't operate here, so this offer is not acceptable in your market. Contact information such as phone numbers, email address. This is allowing you to be reached out in an extended channel. And lastly, social information, which is a bit vital now in this digital transformation age wherein we have social influencers which are promoting via YouTube, Instagram, TikTok. And the funny or the good thing here is that they're using these platforms to advertise and promote your product. And you can actually work with social influencers to drive social campaigns now, which is a new type of marketing wherein you could use social influencers or people who would be advertising your products such that they would be creating a marketing effect or network effect such that all people would get addicted or get hang on that new product or service that you're offering through the social media channel. So if we connect CIAM and CDP, which CIAM is purely revolving around identity, CDP being able to manage the data, real-time streaming event and data, what do you get? So what you get is something I came out with, which I saw also as well, which is called the Digital Experience Platform Framework, or DXP. So in this part, what we're looking at is that we want to collect all real-time data, event streaming data, whether it's from the source could be from a website, from a database, from your native mobile apps, from your smart TVs or IoT device, wherein these events could be analytic events, transactional events, attribution events, which could be transactional, which I said earlier, user feedback events. Then using CDP platforms, you're able to translate that to paid ads, cross-marketing, either through email or push events or content delivery events. And given that CIAM could be a target source of this of the filtering and the correlation, you can actually have the CIAM platform be represented here, wherein CIAM will contain the real-time 360-degree view of the user's profile, such that if you have multiple applications, those applications will use the CIAM platform as the source of truth, outside from the authentication and authorization requirements that you look standardly in the CIAM platform. So let's take this in the next level, and how can we achieve that DXP framework or capability? So here in this text sharing Monday or Tuesday session, I'm gonna use two vendors. First vendor is mParticle. So I want to reach out and shout out to the mParticle folks that I have worked with, James Fang, Kale, and who's the other guy? Let me just remember. Should be. So the name of the other guy is. Yep. So it's James Fang, Caleb Bogdanovs, and Patrick Crosby. So credits to you guys. Shout out to you guys. Again, this is part of one of the tech sharing. They're one of they're the reasons why this tech sharing Monday or Tuesday is possible. And lastly, I'm using Okta. So credits to one of my colleague Iwan Thomas, who was helping me as well in this part. So in this tech sharing Monday, Tuesday session, we're gonna use mParticle and Okta as the way to deliver DXP. So let's look at the high-level solution architecture diagram, which I formulated on how I would showcase this demonstration. So first of all, I built a Node.js web app, which will be the application of where we're gonna provide the integration. It's not an e-commerce website, but it's almost similar to it because it has content, whether it's video content or static content. It's there. It's actually a public website URL here. You can actually navigate through it right now by going to https://demo.octademoplatform.com. It's running on AWS Cloud, and it's purely highly scalable using the AWS components, right? So as you can see, as part of this demo, I'm using Okta as my CIAM platform. So what Okta is doing here is two things: securing the website using Auth 2.0, and it's purely making sure that if you're accessing the website for the first time, you need to log in or register before you can actually access the content. It also provides registration capabilities if you're signing up for a new account. Part of the process is that there's a consent field where it's actually asking, do you agree to capture consent? If you agree, this will call a registration hook to mParticle, wherein it will call the mParticle API such that a consent record can be created. Then mParticle will push it back to Okta using Okta workflows such that I can track that consent in a Google spreadsheet as my target destination. I'm using Google Excel spreadsheet here just to make it simple, but this normally would be a SQL database, a data warehouse, or a Snowflake for your record keeping purposes. Once you are able to log in, basically you can now access or navigate the content. There will be videos sections. So what will happen if you if you actually go to a certain page, click the video, play, pause, stop, using the YouTube JavaScript APIs, you're now able, that will call the application backend, will call the mParticle SDK. Then again, you can do your correlation events here. Then this will just push that events again using a webhook down to Okta using Okta workflows, which will track the behavior that has been done by the user and show that in the Excel spreadsheet. So this is the high-level solution architecture diagram of the demonstration I'm going to show in the next few seconds. So rather than just talking more about the solution, let's actually do the demo. So let's do the demo. So I'm just going to cancel this one. So the first thing would be the end user demo. So let's actually open a new incognito window. I'll just go to https demo.octademoplatform.com. So as you can see here, given I haven't logged in yet, I'm being asked to sign in or register. So here, I need to sign in with a username, or I can actually sign up for a new account. Let's go with signing up for a new account. So here I'm gonna use one of my mParticle colleagues' names, which is James Fang. James Fang at let's say test.com as the username. I'm typing in the password such that if he wants to use that same account later on, he can just log in with the old password he set. As you can see, the Okta login page and the registration page are fully out of the box, meaning no code required. And the password policies are purely configuration driven, meaning that once I've set the password policies, all of this are being taken into effect. Here, I'm going to put James Fang, James, let's say test. Fang. Then for here, I'm just gonna say that yes, I wanna track consent. So if we click register, this will now create an account, then redirect the user to the login page. Sorry, to the landing page. So some hindsight or information or summary on the website I created. So this inspired me because of a podcast I heard from Pre-Sales Collective. So shout out to Pre-Sales Collective as well. Yeah, I'm always trying to understand how we can improve pre-sales and take it to the next step. So in pre-sales, in that podcast, it was saying like, how can you streamline or make the sales cycle more faster, or the education side from a technical perspective faster to your prospects and to your customers. So what I understand is that uh, if you're working with vendors like Okta, where I work for, if you want to understand how the product works, you actually need to schedule a meeting with the vendor, wherein there will be a sales guy, a pre-sales guy, like where I'm working with, wherein the pre-sales guy will demonstrate the capabilities of the platform. It's like a test drive if you look at it. But the challenge there is that you have, as a prospect, you have to wait for a certain amount of lead time. Sometimes it could be 3 days, some could be 2 weeks, or more than a week, or more than a month, given upon everyone's schedule or availability. So to streamline that, what I heard from the podcast is that there's you can actually try to showcase your standard or generic use cases via videos, and this will allow your buyer or your prospect to be educated what your platform can provide. So it gives them like a pre hindsight information through videos and with commentaries of what your web platform can do, such that once the time comes, or the schedule itself, the customer can actually go to tailored use cases where they can focus or deep dive or drill down on use cases that which were not covered on the standard or generic demonstration platform, which is shown in the videos. Aside from that one, this also helps salespeople to qualify faster, because as a vendor, you want to qualify as fast as you can, because time is essence, time is gold. And in order to save time, you want to make sure that every deal that you're working with is something that's going to be fruitful in the end of the day. And as customer, because I've been a customer before, I want to use my time wisely. I don't want to just be coming in or going into a meeting wherein I find, okay, there's a product that, or a vendor that maybe I don't actually need, or I already have some capability which is being provided by my old vendor. Hence, there's no point of me doing that all over again, right? So as a customer, you want to save time and also use this as a way to say to your vendors or salespeople that, yes, this is something what I'm looking for. Let's take it to the next step. So given I'm already logged in, one thing I want to show is that one way to integrate the mParticle inside your website is using the mParticle Web SDK, right? And if you actually, it is purely JavaScript. So here, as you can see, this is just adding a JavaScript snippet inside your code. And from there, it will do some high-level tracking. And you can even call the mParticle operations via a JavaScript API if you really don't want to do it via server side. But I'm a server-side guy, hence I'm doing everything via Node.js using the Node.js mParticle SDK. So if I want to navigate to the website, I get some welcome remarks. So here I'm just taking through what the platform provides. Given I work for Okta, I want to showcase different use cases, whether it's a workforce use case, a partner use case, or customer identity use case. And if I go to the workforce use case, this is like what are the capabilities provide. So it's like an enterprise identity for a way to protect your workforce, extended workforce. So here are some of the use cases it provides: SSO, MFA, cloud adoption. So if I actually click play, this will play. The video is just hosted in YouTube. And I'm using the JavaScript YouTube libraries such that I can call backend APIs on my web app, such that it can call the mParticle SDKs. So if I click pause, this will actually do a pause event. And if I actually finish the video, like this one, it will show an end event. So as you can see, it's very straightforward, right? And it's just purely tracking the behavior of the user. Which sections did he went to? which parts, what did he play, and if I actually go direct to the CIM, it will just go to the CIM, then collect the same uh, thing all over again. So this is the end user demonstration, right? Let's go how it looks like in the backend. So first thing, we want to log into my Okta tenant, which is doing the workflow side of things. And let's also log into the mParticle website. So here, let me just log in. Here, purely straightforward, logging in. Same concept for mParticle, logging in as well. Yep. So what I can show you right now is that in mParticle, once you're set up your instances, this is like how it would look like. You have a dashboard containing several high-level statistics. It shows different timeline or time ranges, whether it's 24 hours, 30 days, 90 days. So if I go to 90 days, you can see I have 46 sessions over the 90 days. The average session lifespan was 3 minutes and 34 seconds. And these are the events that I have received, forwarded using the web API. As you can see, there's also different information or data master wherein these are all the events that I'm actually sending via the web mParticle Node.js SDK. As you can see, I made a standard thing name format, and depending on the section that you actually played, it will show the video name or video title, the action, whether play, stop, and if you wanna, if a consent was given, it will show consent. It will also show like uh, other items like what did they went through with sections, as you can see here, the workforce CTM, zero trust sections, and so forth. Uh, what's good with mParticle, you can configure it to collect GDPR consent, hence this is what I'm doing. And lastly, if you want to forward those information, it's just purely saying that you have a JavaScript web platform, like which I said earlier, and I'm processing all the events that was received via webhook to Okta workflows, such that I'm just sending all the events to Okta workflows. So to show all the events, I'll just go to Workflow Console. Yep. So here I have an mParticle folder wherein this is one of the event workflows I created, wherein I created a generic receive hook event, wherein it collects or accepts all the events being sent by mParticle. I'm actually creating a row, a record for customer data or ID for certain whenever someone goes to the website. Then if the navigation equals to sign up, then I want to track the consent, which I store in Google spreadsheets. Else, I want to just parse the event, then process it, wherein it will store it in a different tab in the same spreadsheet. So if I actually go to the spreadsheet itself, so it should be this one. Yep. So I'll just log in again. Yep. So this spreadsheet is protected by Okta, so I need to log in. Yep. I'm using my biometric as MFA. Then I should be able to log in to the spreadsheet, which is my target store. So as you can see here, I already have some existing information, which we use as part of our testing. So if we scroll down to the most recent one, so let's see what events transpired. So first of all, James Fang test, which I created earlier, generate a GDPR consent request record. So as you can see, that's why it's true, meaning that this is him providing consent, saying that he wants to be allowing me to track his behavior. So some information I captured was James actually went to the intro site, worked for CTM site, SSO MFA site, then went to the CIAM intro site to view some videos or some content. From a video tracking point of view, which I said earlier, I'm using the YouTube JavaScript APIs such that I can call the server-side SDK, So if I actually scroll back here, you can see that James Frank Test has started playing the, give me a second. Yep. So several events like started here, omni-channel CIAM, played some CIAM, SSO workforce. So he started at 0, pause, then finish it. So that's why here you can see some finish event. So this contains the tracking of the behaviors from a video playing point of view. So this is how I actually record all the behaviors in my target system, which is just shown via Google spreadsheets. Yep. So if we go to the flow history, you can see all the events that has transpired. So if I actually scroll, see, like this one, this is the video event. So if we look at 7:15 earlier, there should be a sign up event. Let's see. Yep. Yep. So it should be sign up event, which captured the GDPR consent. Yeah, this one. So to the actual payload that was sent by mParticle, if we want to drill it down, will be something like this, right? And there will be a, yep. Let's see. There should be, yeah, this one. See. So that's actual consent request event that was generated by mParticle that was received by Okta workflows and process such that we can track the consent. So that in a nutshell is how you would deliver a unified customer experience platform when you're using CDP and CIAM as a way to track everything from start to end. So going back, that's a demo. So some of the documentations which I followed. So website of mParticle is here. Octahooks is here. The workflows website is here. Then what's important is this mParticle SDK, GitHub repo, which I actually use as part of this demonstration, wherein I was using this as a guide to understand how you send the events or custom events, GDPR events into mParticle using my Node.js app. So that's it. So I hope you find this Tech Monday or Tech Tuesday sharing session very relevant. I hope, I wish everyone again a wonderful start of their year. And I look forward to more Tech Sharing Monday or Tuesday sessions or videos or vlogs I'm going to show in the next few weeks. If you want to follow me, feel free to follow me over YouTube or follow me on LinkedIn. I normally am an active poster, which I post up relevant materials. And if you subscribe on my YouTube, you'll be able to get notifications if there's something new that's upcoming, which I posted. So that's it. So my name again is Jefferson Howe. I hope the solution I provided using CDP and CIAM via mParticle Okta has provided you some insights on how you can create a unified customer experience within your organization. Thank you.